Alright, peace family. It's your boy, Vaughn. I'm here with the tribe. You know what I'm saying? We had to bring you another vibe. Um, it's gonna be real quick. I was just busting down some reads real quick. And I just wanted to share this information. I feel like it was valuable to me. So just in sharing it, it'll be valuable for you guys. As Tribe Vibe, what we do, we elevate, we empower, and we enlighten the mind, body, and the soul. So I'm going to just share some of these reads with you guys. These reads is coming out of a book called Book of Purifications. It is coming from a priest out of the Dogon tribe. If you guys don't know about the Dogon tribe was pretty much one of the tribes considered our ancestors back in Africa before invaders came in. This is the tribe that existed during the pharaoh times when the pharaohs were alive and making their contributes to humanity and studying sciences and spirituality and things of that nature. So when invaders started coming in, as you guys know, when invaders come in, they invade your land, they take your culture, they take all your wealth, they take your people, they destroy it. Some people steal it, some people colonize it. So pretty much what they did when they seen invaders coming in advance, they went away with these knowledges and all this information, and they kept it sacred for us, their future generations, to come and get the information back and retrieve the wealth, because wealth is not only physical, wealth is also spiritual, wealth is also in a multitude of different things other than money. So right now what we're going to be talking about is directions of power. When we're speaking about directions of power, I'm talking about whenever you're meditating, whenever you're praying, predicated upon which direction you're facing, you're achieving a different, how can I say, you're achieving a different effect, or you're achieving a different type of alignment with universal energy. So right now we're going to break down what facing south does. We're going to break down what facing north does. We're going to break down what facing west does, and we're going to break down what facing east does. Now, before every spiritual act, it is important that you're clean. It is important that your space is clean. It is important that your mind, your body, and your heart is clean. Ways to purify, we're going to actually do another video on that. But real quick, simple ways to purify is just through meditating and using the four elements, or one of each of the four elements, to purify your anatomy. And meditation purifies your mind. So yeah, we're going to get into this. Facing south represents the summit of the earth and the direction towards the origin of the first becoming. The origin of the first becoming. If the prayer of the Chem is perceived as a dialogue of energies between him and the rest of the universe, his prayers by facing the summit of the earth has the greatest impact. Okay, so when he's talking about the summit of the earth, they're talking about the highest point of the earth. They're talking about the apex of the earth, right? So the easiest way to know which way you're facing is to go ahead and grab your compass from your local store. Grab your compass, and the compass shows you what direction you're pointing in. So in our previous videos, we've been sharing information that we're spiritual beings, and our brain is emitters and receivers of electric vibration, frequencies, information, data, and these different frequencies, energies, data that we're emitting and receiving creates the reality around us, right? It helps us understand the reality around us, right? So our ancestors understood that this same concept that I'm telling you right now about our prayers and our thoughts being represented as like a dialogue of energies between us and the universe. So they're saying by facing the south, your energy is the most potent, right? Your energy is the most amplified, okay? So for me, I feel like that's very important. We're going to get into facing east now. So facing east brings the dimension of the spiritual action back into the planetary dimensions and solar system. So when you're facing south, you're performing a spiritual act, and you're directly communicating back and forth with the universe through these frequencies that you're sending out. Now, when you face east, that spiritual action that you just had taken energetically comes in through back into the planetary and solar system dimension, right? So now you're bringing it from the ethers back into this dimension, this plane, but it isn't here yet on the planet. The east is the doorway in which the energy comes back into this planet, right? So it reads, the origin of spiritual activity at the source of the becomings that are more or less involved in the manifestation of earth. So it's saying that these energies are directly involved in your day-to-day lives, the things that we go through as a collective and individuals, right? So the east represents a doorway through which energies arrived on earth after the south. Solar and lunar gods are generally addressed when the chem faces east. So when you face east, you can directly petition or speak with, your deities, the lunar and solar ones, okay, whichever ones you identify with. The east represents the left side because according to the cosmic aspect, when the human being faces the summit of the earth, the sun will rise on the left-hand side. So that's a major key. When you know that you're facing the right way, which is the south, because you're facing the summit. And you could tell you're facing the summit because the sun is going to be rising up on your left-hand side. Now, the sun rising up on your left-hand side represents the east. Okay? Now, like I said, go ahead and grab you a compass because it makes it much easier, right? So now we're about to get into west. So south, that's where we point to when we want to directly communicate with the universe and we want our energy to be the most potent. East is when we point to, because that's where the directions is coming into from that spiritual act that we just took from the south. It's coming back into our planetary and solar system, right? So now our energy and shit like that is getting mixed into the ethers and it's coming back into our plane. Okay? So facing west represents the direction that is taken by the energy. It is the direction taken by the human spirit or soul. The energy that is emitted while the chem is facing west has a tendency to include itself inside the energy coming from the east while being careful not to disturb, not to cause disturbance on the upstream of the energy flow. Okay. So it's saying that the energy that's directly being emitted from you when you're facing the west includes itself in that total flow of energy coming from the south and the east, right? And then it says that we have to be careful to not cause a disturbance in the energy flow. You got to ask yourself, how do you not cause a disturbance in the energy flow? Well, being pure, first off, because when you're pure, you don't represent how can I say, a frequency or a vibe of corruption. You don't represent corruption. You know what I'm saying? So that's first off. Another way is to think harmonic thoughts. Think about things that are aiding or helping the becoming, instead of thoughts of self-destruction or just destruction in general. Okay? Now we're going to get into the north. The north represents the down and lowest part of Earth. Energies arrive there after it has finished its course on every part of the Earth. By facing north, one includes the energy that is emitted by the individual in the flow that arrives from the south and continues towards the lowest part of the universe. Okay? So, if you have a visual on this, right? Let's say this is the Earth. The way they paint the picture is when you pray to the south, you're directly communicating with the ethers, right? when you turn to the east, the energy that was pretty much cooked up in the ethers, you could pretty much say, comes back into solar and planetary dimensions in existence, and it starts circulating, right? And then it comes back into Earth's atmosphere, right? And then it flows over to the east, okay? Flows over to the east. Wait, hold up. No, it flows from the east over to the west, okay? So the east is the doorway that all these energies that you cooked up and all the universal energies and flows and shit like that flow into the planet, okay? So, boom. The energy flowing west, if you face west, has a tendency to include your thoughts, your will, the things that pretty much is in your being, in your psyche, in your spiritual field, right? Boom. And that's the energy that I was telling you. You have to make sure that you don't cause a rift or imbalance in the universe, or you know, the people around you, or your circumstances and things of that nature. Okay. Now, so you could pretty much see it as like an energy swirling, coming in and swirling down to the lowest parts of the universe, because it says that through the north is where all the energies leave. Okay. And it goes back into the universe, and it circulates. Okay, so I know everyone prays. I know well, not everyone meditates, but I know a lot of people meditate. I found this information very, very powerful, and I just wanted to share it. You know what I'm saying? Because we were the tribe, and you know what I'm saying, we dish out the vibe. We empower, we elevate, and we enlighten. So I hope y'all found this information handy. You know what I mean? You could rerun this video a few times. If you need the book for reference, this is the book right here. Alright, I'm just gonna put that shit in the description. But it's Book of Purifications by Naba Lamusa Moradembing. Okay? So this is a Dogon High Priest, and this has been information that has been passed down from our ancestors from generation to generation. And I am here just motherfucking keeping this shit going, my nigga. Just passing that shit down to y'all. So, peace, bless up, hold it down.